Hey everyone, my name is Jeffrey and I hope your day is going well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about and breaking down the New Balance 550s. Yes, I know, another New Balance 550 video. How many of these you're going to see in the sneaker community or in fashion in general? Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of them. That's because this shoe is not going to go anywhere, and it's just starting its reign for New Balance, for the, I guess you could say, simple sneaker, for the everyday shoe. So along with the review of the sneaker, we're actually going to take a bit of the video to also dive into the history of the sneaker and why and how it became what it is right now. So the first thing we're going to acknowledge is that New Balance as a brand has definitely been hitting stride with all these collaborations that are coming about, and they're not missing. Every single one of these collaborations have sold out. There's not something that's just sitting on the shelves. I guess it's also the resale hype because everyone's making money off of reselling absolutely everything. But it's the fact that the sneakers look good. The collaborations look good. New Balance is killing it with collaborations and, you know, the sneaker colorways that they're releasing, especially with the 550s, the 992s. They're really putting themselves back onto the map. Not that they were ever off the map, but honestly, New Balance has definitely stepped up its game for the colorways and how it's promoting these items through collaborations. Honestly, that is one major hit for New Balance right now. And for this sneaker specifically, the 550s, it was through collaboration that New Balance revived it. Alright, so quickly we're just going to go over my New Balance sneakers. I actually only own 3 pair of New Balances, and I'm kind of ashamed to say that because honestly I've been mouth-watering over these models that have been flying past, not picking them up. And not that I haven't been trying for these, it's kind of impossible to buy these sneakers. One thing I actually definitely probably am going to have to pay resale for, and hopefully I don't in the end, is going to be just a basic pair of 992s. Literally can't buy any good colorways in stores or online. They are sold out everywhere. And I just want a gray pair. I just want a gray simple pair of 992s, and that is all. I'll move on with my day. But let's talk about the sneakers I own right now. So right here are 2 of my favorite models. Honestly, of this, and what we're going to be talking about today is the ALD collaboration. It's going to be the, I guess you could say, the green and cream colorway of the second wave that they released. Probably my favorite sneaker that I own, to be honest. And the runner-up for favorite sneaker is going to be the first version of their, or first collaboration that they did with ALD New Balance. And that was the first time that this sneaker came back. And this is why this one is actually the most important 550 to exist. Not this colorway, but this wave of sneakers. They released this in 4 colorways. It was the gray, the green, navy, and the red colorway. And this collaboration, I believe, had to be a hit. I don't know if they just knew, everything just clicked and they knew that yes, this is going to do well, and basically we're going to revive the sneaker for you guys. If that's what ALD and New Balance were talking about, you know, Teddy Santis, the almighty Teddy Santis, knows what he was doing with this sneaker. But yeah, this is why this sneaker is actually the most important of the bunch. Okay, and the third pair of New Balance that I own is actually this kit collaboration with New Balance, the 1300. This sneaker is probably never going to be sold from my collection because, one, it was the first sneaker I ever camped out for. I've never ever camped out for sneakers, and well, this is the first one that I've done so for. Worth, in my opinion, that colorway is beautiful. So now back to the 550s. Alright, so talking about this sneaker, honestly, there is no resurrection of this sneaker without ALD. I feel like ALD was the chosen one. Like, this clicked. Everything clicked together. The hype that that brand had at the time that these were released, everyone was looking at this sneaker, and everyone is still looking at this sneaker now. ALD is a Queens-based brand founded in 2014. Now, if you know the name, or if you think you know the name, it's probably because of the sneaker right here that I'm holding. It's because of the collaboration with New Balance that actually skyrocketed them onto the map, in my opinion. They were already hype before this, but honestly, I kind of heard about them. You know, I kind of heard about that brand. I kind of was like, yeah, okay. But I really wasn't into fashion like as much as I am now when I heard about them back then. So when they released their first one, I actually was like, man, these look really nice. It's actually not that bad. Didn't go for them, took an L. But then when they released these, I needed to have them. I needed to have the sneaker. I think when I saw them, I found out that I missed on the release. I paid resale instantly on eBay, and I had to have them. And of course, they've only shot up since then. But back to ALD. So ALD stands for Aime Leon Dore. Alright, so how he came up with the cool name ALD or Aime Leon Dore is actually pretty sick to me. So Aime was the original name of the brand, but of course you couldn't copyright that. So then he added Leon, which is just lion, and Dore, which is just the last part of his name, Theodore. So Aime Leon Dore, and that's the name of the brand. That's where people be hanging out, drinking coffee, lining up for the brand new releases every Friday, I believe they release in New York, sometimes Thursday, I believe. But that's how you know, the brand name came to be. And this brand, in my opinion, functions on 3 things. So 3 things that the brand's actually based on, in my opinion, is exclusivity. You know, the things sell out. You know, if something that sells out, it will never restock again, most likely. A little asterisk on that, because the shoes did restock, but like clothing pieces, shirts and stuff like that probably will never come back in stock. You're gonna have to buy that on some resale app or something like that. Another thing is going to be the preppiness that the brand gives. Everything, if you wear any piece from it, you know, combining it with other pieces from it, you can come out a preppy, sophisticated looking person with the clothing brands that they have. Honestly, if you look through the lookbooks, that's definitely something that's apparent. Everyone is preppy in the lookbooks, you know, professional, and that's definitely something that they're trying to bring to the community and to the fashion industry. And honestly, it's doing very well for them. And the third thing, in my opinion, that makes this brand what it is the simplicity. All these pieces are very simple that they make. It's high quality, but they're very simple. You can mix and match almost anything that they release, especially the sneakers. So ALD had the roots. It had the roots, it had the, you know, the drive, and it knew what it was going to do to revive the New Balance 550. Now the idea for the 550 actually came directly from Teddy himself, the owner of ALD. He had found a picture of the sneaker in an old Japanese sneaker magazine. And so once he saw that sneaker in the magazine, he definitely went on and did his research. A ton of research. And he found out that the silhouette was from 1989. So obviously a couple of years after 1989, you know, people are still going to be wearing the sneaker and stuff like that. But that's where it, you know, saw the slow death, I want to say, of the sneaker. People, you know, stop wearing it, they store it, they put it away, did stuff like that, whatever. And other stuff comes out, and more hype stuff comes out, and boom, that's how sneakers die. But there was a specific reason Teddy saw this and was very attracted to the sneaker model and definitely wanted to revive it. And that's because the sneaker has so much history and is ingrained with basketball. Basketball is actually very much rooted into the sneaker, and that's why the capsules are actually called International Friendship Through Basketball. This sneaker is a basketball ready sneaker. Back then, this was used to hoop in, or was meant to be hooped in. And it's actually apparent how much basketball was actually in the shoe. So once you saw the picture in the magazine, they did their research, they looked up hashtags related to the sneaker because it was very detailed. He ended up finding, through Instagram hashtags, an owner of the 550 model from back then. And he ended up breaking it down and loving what he was seeing. And so he knew that what he had to do was re-release the sneaker through a collaboration with ALD, his own brand. So once they got the sneaker in hand, they ended up building another one from scratch. And they had a lot of revisions on the sneaker. It wasn't just like a one and done, you know, that's how we do it, that's how we go. They were very particular about the shape of the sneaker. It had to look like this. And that's why you have the sneaker, and that's why it did so well, because there was a lot of time and effort, sweat, you know, definitely long nights that were put into the sneaker to revive it, because it definitely wasn't just like, oh, we saw the sneaker, boom, let's bring it back. No, they definitely put a lot of thought and effort into this, and you could see because of how successful they have been since then. And so through Teddy, through ALD, through the realization that this was going to be the next biggest sneaker, especially the biggest sneaker of the year for 2021, he knew what he had to do. He remade the sneaker, and now he was going to re-release it through ALD and New Balance collaboration. And so it became International Friendships Through Basketball. And the sneaker went on to be a very big part of the capsule that they dropped. You know, this being the main attraction, resurrecting the sneaker for the public, for the community, for the sneaker, for all the sneaker fanatics. They successfully made the sneaker appeal to basketball fans and to regular sneaker fanatics through their campaign, through their images, especially the ones that they launched on their website. As you can see, they sold more than just a sneaker. They sold fleece jackets, they sold windbreakers, pants, beanies, hoodies, bags, water bottles. The list goes on for the amount of things that they released in this capsule, but everything sold out. It doesn't matter. You can, if you want to buy one of these items, you're gonna have to go into the aftermarket. But they definitely were successful in releasing all these items. And that was just the first collaboration. It was such a big success. This sneaker was such a big success that they ended up re-releasing it after the second wave of new colors. So the sneaker ended up coming out 2 times. And that's probably what's gonna happen with this sneaker, to be honest. But you never know, maybe it will never be restocked. And so to conclude that whole how this new sneaker came back onto the map, basically through ALD, through the power of a collaboration, a very successful collaboration, and a very good looking sneaker colorway and, you know, palette. Alright, so we're gonna do the review, but before we can get into the review, if you could please hit that subscribe button, that'd be much appreciated. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully it's something that I can accomplish. So if you're liking this video so far, hit that like button. It helps feed the algorithm. And drop a comment down below on what your favorite colorway of the sneaker is currently, or what you're hoping comes out in the future. So I'm gonna go over the second capsule releases version of the sneaker in the green and cream colorway. Let's just jump right into it with the midsole and bottom of the sneaker. So the midsole, honestly, in my opinion, is very important with all these sneakers, and it's gonna be a cream midsole. I believe that he intended it to be, you know, like that, like vintage. He intended a vintage vibe to come along with the sneaker, and it definitely works. Definitely looks like it does the job, especially since the sneaker is supposed to be like an old basketball sneaker. It definitely makes sense that he did that, and that's probably one of the most important aspects of the sneaker. If it didn't have that cream midsole, I think it wouldn't be as popular, to be honest. I mean, we're still selling stuff like that, but that, in my opinion, is what makes these very much stand out over the GRs that are starting to come out. So yeah, that's a beautiful midsole, very sturdy, very hard. The bottom of the sneaker is actually four-tone colorways. Jesus, there's 4 colorways on the bottom of the sneaker. It's going to be the brown, the cream, the darker yellow, and the green, all along the bottom in specific areas. It just makes the bottom look so clean, so futuristic, honestly, a little bit. The bottoms look so simple yet so thought out because of how they put the colors all together. Moving on to the uppers of the sneaker. The uppers, I'm telling you, it's very simple to actually go over the sneaker. It's just a clean, soft off-white colorway all over the sneaker. It actually has that perforated pattern on the toe box. And beyond the perforated toe box, it actually has a little bit of mesh that actually matches the color of the midsole. It's crazy how much attention to detail this sneaker has. But yes, that little piece of mesh is colored specifically for this sneaker. If we move on to the side of the sneakers, we have the N, obviously for New Balance. And it's done in 2 colorways. The main colorway of the sneaker, and it's going to be the second colorway of the sneaker. Now the N is actually made of a soft, what seems to be like leather type of material, rubber type of material. It's honestly hard to pinpoint what it is, but it looks like it's that crumble type of material that they use on Jordan 1s in some colorways. Now one very big detail to me that is actually sick that they did was, when you look at the 550, it's outlined in another colorway that's part of the sneaker. It's the colorway that is the sole of the sneaker right here. This is this brown. So it makes the 550 stand out, outlining in that colorway. As you can see, there's another layer of leather, very small layer, that goes along the side, down the edge of the leather right here, and it's the same colorway. And it's very small, but you could barely see it, but it definitely makes a big difference. It definitely makes all of these certain areas of the shoe pop from far away, and it's because it's like giving it a little shadow effect. And I honestly think that's sick of the sneaker to do that. It's on the side of the sneaker, and it's on the front also, on these 2 tabs, and it goes along all the way around to the other side of the sneaker. So moving back to the heel of the sneaker, as you can see, there's the green leather hits along with the mesh heel. And honestly, this makes for a very comfortable wear. In my opinion, I could feel that mesh, and it's very comforting and supportive. And on the very back is a green embossed New Balance logo. And if we go to the heel of the other sneaker, it's actually the ALD logo, and it is the Apple basketball. But the basketball is actually part of the original 550 sneakers back then. So basically what they did was they took the basketball and they made it an apple, you know, for ALD, for New York, and that's what they're throwing all over the sneaker. It's on the back, it's on the actual heel, on the insert of one of the sneakers, and it's on the tongues of the sneakers, as you can see. So on the heel of the other insert is actually the name of the collaboration, which is the International Friendship Through Basketball. And I actually put tape over anything that is gonna rub off because I would like to preserve that. And unfortunately it's not embroidered into the insert, but tape will do the job for me just fine. So honestly, that's it. It's that quick to go over the sneaker. The leather quality is very nice. It makes it for a very comfortable wear. Alright, so for reference, in case you are trying to look to buy the sneaker but you can't try it on because it's actually quite difficult to find the sneaker in any stores, especially the ALD New Balance, but I'm talking about 550s in general. If you want to buy a pair of 550s, I suggest going true to size. I am a true size 10, and that's what I bought these in, and they fit me perfectly. I think sizing down, if you have a narrow foot, it may work for you, but if you have a regular to wide foot, which a lot of people have, that's very common, I suggest sticking true to size, and the extra space is actually perfect. You need extra space. Your toes cannot reach the end of the toe box. I don't know how many people wear their sneakers where their toes are like, you have this much space between the toe box, between the edge of the toe box and your toes. You need space in order for every step you take for your feet to, you know, not bang into the walls, and that's very important for foot health. And for reference, in case you're looking to buy this sneaker, I'm a size 10 in Jordan 1s and Dunks, and I'm a size 10.5 in Yeezy 700 V1s and Yeezy 350s. So I want to talk about wearability. So this sneaker is very easy to wear. It's very simple. You can dress it up, dress it down. Honestly, this sneaker is very wearable. That's something that LD prides himself on, is making stuff that's very wearable, very simple, preppy, but professional looking. So of course they're gonna definitely not mess the ALD and New Balance 550 collaboration up like that by not making it easy to wear. And these sneakers are very easy to wear. As you can see, this sneaker is mainly white with some hits of color. Mainly white with some hits of color. Very easy to wear white sneakers. It goes with everything. In my opinion, this New Balance 550 model is going to turn into New Balance's Air Force One. It's going to turn into New Balance Club C. It's going to be, once they release an all white version of the shoe, which I'm pretty sure they already have, and they keep restocking it so people can buy infinite versions of it, people are going to buy it up and rock it like an Air Force One, like a Club C, like a pair of Vans. It's going to be the sneaker, the staple that New Balance has, along with the 992s and the 990 model series and the 993s, all these other models. This is another staple that is now on the table. And as you can actually see going forward, the 3 new colorways that actually just released are reselling on StockX, and all of them sold out. So regular people did not hit, mostly botters hit, and that's why this shoe is breaking at the moment. But as you can see, the sneaker is very sought after. Not just the collaborations, but now New Balance has finally been able to resurrect the sneaker, put it on the map. And as you can see, it is here to stay. It is definitely here to stay. It's a staple sneaker for New Balance, where they can release any colorway and people are going to buy it up. Do I recommend the sneaker? Yes, I 100% recommend the sneaker. If you don't have a pair right now, I recommend you go buy one right now or get one in the next coming drop. And when you should buy them, you should get them right now, because the prices for the sneakers, for the ALD collaboration specifically, are only going to go up. They may re-release the second wave of sneakers. They may re-release these and the other 2 colorways that came with it, but they're probably never going to release the first wave again. And the resale is looking quite low on those, so I recommend buying those right now before they keep going up. They're gonna keep going up and up and up slowly because people are buying them up and up and up. But as for the general releases, they're doing pretty good numbers right now. So yeah, go get the sneaker right now. And yeah, that's my recommendation. That's my advice. I want to say thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and like, comment, do all that good stuff. Help me feed the algorithm. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making more content, I promise. But yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll have a blessed week. I'm out of here. Peace.